When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you're going to be more confident, and there's a higher chance that you're going to do a better job as a teacher in your online classroom. Hello everybody, it is Danielle Iwata. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have you here. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm glad to have you here in number 4 of my 10-part online ESL series on how to do the best job as an online teacher in your classroom. Making a strong impression is just as important, especially when you're meeting face to face. And how much more so is that true as teachers? A lot of our platform is not via calls, it's via video. However, what's the problem? If most of you guys are like me, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so my working hours are 4 to 8 a.m. now. Those are pretty rough hours for most people, and that is where a real challenge comes in to be presentable and be professional in your online classroom. I wanted to discuss the key factors that are the most important for presenting yourself and being professional and break it down for you. It's not as hard or as complicated as you might think. As part of this video too, I also have a minimalist shopping list, checklist that of things that you want to just check over before you get started, or even if you are already a teacher, to check and see if you have it in your classroom. You should prepare before you book your interview. So if you want a copy of that, feel free to use the link below and I'll send that to you. When you are getting ready for your interview or even refreshing and checking how you're doing in your own classroom, it's so important to really practice ahead of time before you're in the classroom. Most platforms, they don't let you in until an hour or 20 minutes before the class starts. However, you can use your computer's camera, you can use the webcam, and if you want to get a very similar picture of what your box will look like online, I suggest you go to Zoom. Zoom is a platform you can host a ghost meeting with just you in there, but it turns on your camera and it lets you check your light, what is seen in my background here. Because sometimes you think, oh, I'm gonna have this, but it's off camera. Or you think, oh no, they're not gonna see my dirty laundry or whatever. And actually it is in the camera space. I suggest Zoom. It's the most similar to a rectangle kind of shape that we have in our online classroom. I know you might see, well, no, not in my classroom, but in other teachers' classrooms, they have a lot of beautiful setups and a lot of intricate, beautiful backgrounds. I don't want you to think that you need to do that. Don't worry, in time, you'll accumulate some things for your background. I've been doing this for 5 years and my background is still very simple, super simple. So don't feel like you need to go out and get a bunch of stuff. But the biggest thing or the biggest factor in your classroom is yourself. I have a couple of my students' parents on WeChat, my regular students. I talk to them, and before making this video, there are about 6 moms I talked to. I asked them the question, when you are looking at your children's class, your teachers, your favorite teachers, what is more important to you? What is the most important factor? And most of them, they didn't even mention the stuff or their backgrounds or things like that. They mentioned the teacher's energy, the teacher's professionalism, the teacher paying attention to their child, and also how the teacher looked. Did they look professional or presentable? So that was a real mind opener to me, that really the biggest factor for us to present is ourselves. Regardless of what stuff we have, being professional and being presentable in the classroom is a huge point for parents. What is your style in your classroom? Are you minimalist or are you all the way up? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what your teaching style is, what works best for your backgrounds. Let's jump into key factors about being professional. 5 points I found the most common throughout the companies that I work for and that I've seen. Point number 1, your presentation. How you look. What do you have to wear? I know when you do an interview, that's a big factor. I would suggest a t-shirt or a polo shirt and a solid color. I know certain companies might want you to wear a specific color. However, it is not a requirement. So if you don't own a shirt in that color, you can purchase it cheaply at a Walmart or on Amazon. However, whatever you choose, I do suggest it to be a solid color, anything solid. I find it really makes you pop on camera and it calls attention to yourself. If you have tattoos, I would recommend for your interview and when teaching to have them covered or not very obviously shown. As far as your hair, if you're a girl or if you have longer hair, I would suggest to have it out of your face. A lot of times if you use a headset, you can kind of use it as like a headband to push it out of your face. This you see now is not how I teach and how I wake up in the morning. Hair is curly naturally, so it's tricky. I usually will have a scrunchie and just pin it back, and it might be a gnarled, knotted mess back there. Nobody knows. You only see the front part. Just make sure that, you know, the front part of your hair is okay, even if the back is just a bird's nest, like mine is usually when I'm teaching. For my ladies, I would definitely consider not a full face of makeup, but lipstick. That's a huge, huge helper to looking woken up in the morning. When I used to wake up and put on makeup and mascara and all that. And then I realized you can't really tell the difference on camera if I'm wearing makeup or not. But a big thing that you notice a difference is a lip that pops. It helps your face look a little bit more woken up, and as you're teaching the words, it draws more attention to your lips so they're able to see it. And if you are a person who's paler or more washed out, you might want to consider a little bit of blush. Just that it does wonders. And another thing, I don't know, depends on you. For teaching, I don't need glasses. I just need glasses for reading, like the grandma that I am. But I do, since I spend a lot of time on the computer, I got blue light blocking lenses. They're really big, and I find when I wear those, it hides my tired eyes in the classroom. If you are a glasses wearer, or you might want to consider investing in a pair of those blue light blocking lenses, helps you look not so tired. Point number 2 is your technology. And I know that's a whole different can of worms that I will go into in a future video talking all about that topic. There are some basic things that you need to do a professional quality job in your classroom. Those things include a webcam, a working computer, good internet, a headset with a microphone, and a working mouse on your computer. And most computers, apart from the headset, will come with these things. But again, I suggest you check and double check ahead of time, because it really isn't professional when us as teachers don't have the basics to do a presentable job in the classroom. Most demos or interviews, I have a hard time saying interview because it's not just an interview, it's an interview and a demo, are done on the company's platform. So ahead of time, download the platform, make sure it runs correctly. Most companies will also let you know the internet speed that they expect you to have, so you can go to speedtest.net and double check your speed there and just make sure everything is okay. Those things will help as far as technology are concerned. Point number 3 is your background. What is behind you? Don't complicate it. You can keep it very simple. Dedicated teaching space, a teaching area that you're not in your bed or in your kitchen. So you can literally be a white wall behind you. Nothing behind you. You don't need to have that much. One simple thing I suggest that you could do is to make a teacher sign, a paper. It could just be 8.5 by 11 paper that you write, Teacher Danny. Put it on the wall. If you want to print out the company logo, you can. You do get brownie points if you print out the company logo and wherever you're working, put it on the wall. That's fine. There's also lots of starter packs that other veteran teachers have made for teachers who want to get started. A fellow teacher, Teacher Mechell, she herself has handmade a custom starter pack for teachers. If you are overwhelmed and you don't want to go out and make your own things, you can buy from her and just print it out, and they're great. They have teacher names, your sign for your teacher, instructions for your class, very cute graphics and designs. And what's great is she's a graphic designer, so all of her products are top quality. You don't have to worry about it being pixelated or anything weird when you get it. If you are interested in that, I will link it below. You can check out her shop. She has a lot of great cute stuff for online teachers. You can check that out. So again, just to reiterate about your background, if you have nothing, don't worry. You just need to have somewhere that's a dedicated teaching space. Print out teacher whatever your name is and put it on the wall, and that's it. When you get the job, then of course you can justify and go and spend and invest in your classroom. So please don't get overwhelmed with that subject of the background. Number 4 is your lighting. You don't want to be in a classroom where your face isn't clearly seen or you're backlit with light. That wouldn't really be professional for your interview or for in the classroom. Students can't see you, the teacher is dark, your face is in and out of focus. So if you are in a place or a room, you have a window, try to have that window in front or to the side of you. That way you could channel a little bit more of that light towards your face. For me, in my office, I have a window that is to the side of me, and it kind of helps, but when it's really shining, it can create more shadows. So I have a lamp, and a trick I've learned is don't face the lamp directly on you. That's really strong. But if you have a wall in front of you, or even you could clip a piece of white paper over the lamp, or I reflect it against my white wall, and it kind of gives me a nice white glow without being too direct. So, if you don't have good lighting, I know there are photo boxes or professional equipment. You don't have to go out and get that. I wouldn't go and invest money in that just yet. You can purchase something also like a selfie light. It does a wonderful job of illuminating your face, especially when you clip it onto your computer. It illuminates what is closest, which really helps illuminate your face against the backdrop. Also, a tip is to make sure that on your computer, when you enter your class, turn up the light all the way up on your computer. That is also a cheaper way of getting a photo light box onto your face. So turn the light up onto your computer, and that will create the glow just for the class, and then you turn it back down when you're finished. And my last point number 5, is the distance and angle from the camera. You don't want the camera to be too close or too far. From a normal position, most computers, your webcam will be looking down at the student like this. However, for classes, you want to make sure that the camera is at eye level. So you can achieve this by propping your computer on some books, or you can use a computer stand to tilt and elevate your computer so that the webcam is eye level. You want them to be looking at you straight on. Those are the 5 top points for being presentable professional in your online ESL classroom. I hope this video has been helpful. Please do not get overwhelmed. Don't be like me. I got overwhelmed. I felt inadequate. I felt I didn't have what it takes, but you've got this. We can do this together. It's not as hard as you think. If you need help or if you want to send me pictures, I'll be happy to help you. I wish I had somebody help me when I was getting hired. Follow my steps. You've got this. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of teaching videos. I'm a self-proclaimed optimist. So if you like positivity and those kind of things, feel free to subscribe. I'm very happy to have you here. Oh! And I'm trying to be more active on my Instagram. I have a teacher Instagram account. Be sure to follow me. I'll link my Instagram below as well. I'd be happy to have you there too. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.